and Niners. We're going to talk a lot of Browns and Niners, Spadoni, and I got some fun things about that. But I want to start with the baseball playoffs last night because I'm a little irked. I'm a little irritated this morning.
It's been fun.
It's been very fun.
Yeah, it's been exciting.
Very exciting. You got the Phillies stunting on the Braves. They're up 2-1. The Astros advanced to their 7th straight ALCS.
Yeah, I'm going to need them to go down. I'm tired of the evil empire. They're the Death Star that needs to be destroyed, and I need Bruce Bochy to be Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, whatever it needs to be.
Hey, you know what? I'm not mad either way.
Pay the under on the Star Wars references under 610, so there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, you are filling in for Shasky. You really are. You don't have to be Shasky. You don't have to refer to Star Wars. But, no, I'm a little irritated this morning, Spadoni, and I'll tell you why. I'm watching Giants fans who had nothing to basically root for this year. Giants fans out there parading around celebrating the Dodgers losing. Oh, the Dodgers are losing. Dodgers get swept, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's funny. But I looked at it the other way, Spadoni. I said, boy, NL West, the Padres still have talent. They're going to run it back with Bob Melvin. The Dodgers still have all the resources in the world. They're going to be in on Shohei Ohtani. And the Diamondbacks, the Arizona Diamondbacks did something the Giants couldn't do in 2021. I don't care if the Dodgers were better in 2021. The Diamondbacks just swept the Dodgers. And now they're a force in the NL West. May the force be with them. The Diamondbacks are now going to the NLCS. And I got Giants fans all over my timeline celebrating the Dodgers losing. Hey, remember the Giants fans out there. We still have Farhan Zaidi running the show, which I don't feel good about. And we did nothing. Who the hell are we to be celebrating another team losing? I don't care if they are the rivals. I do not care. We're celebrating the Dodgers losing. At least they got there.
Yeah.
At least they won the division. At least they still have Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman and Will Smith and Walker Buehler coming back. Who the hell are Giants fans to be celebrating somebody else losing when we got our own mess out here? I'm so disappointed in Giants fans this morning. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry, man.
Well,
it's irking me, Spadoni.
It does feel like a little bit of a loser mentality when you yourselves have not made the playoffs, so the only thing you can root for is against another team. I don't want to be in that position. I hate being in that position. I've been in that position as a fan now for the better part of 20 years.
Right.
Like, with the A's, I'm constantly rooting against the Astros, right? Because the whole cheating thing. I hate having to do that because my team can't get there. So the only joy I'm finding now is another team losing. I hate that. I want to celebrate my own team winning. That being said, the Dodgers, they are perennial chokers at this point. This is becoming a thing now. Dave Roberts, maybe future San Francisco Giants manager?
I mean,
maybe?
He's not running the show. The iPad is. He could put
he gets there, though.
He could put you there. Farhan's going to give you the lineup card at 2:00.
I can use the money, Farhan, if you're dispersing it everywhere else. I can use it. But to your point, it is pretty crazy now that the Giants may be the 4th best team. Hell, I don't even know what the Rockies are going to do this offseason. I know they actually tried to spend for stars. Right. Chris Bryant didn't work out. But the Arizona Diamondbacks have lapped you now. The Arizona Diamondbacks. Christian Walker would be the best Giant in the last 5 years. That guy is Mr. Consistent. Consistently hitting 25, 30 bombs every single year. They got Zach Gallen. They got Merrill Kelly, who we saw in the World Baseball Classic. They got some pieces to be excited about in the future. And you know what? They'll trade for some big stars. They'll go out and try to get other guys here and there. And their farm system's working. They had Madison. Remember that? They had Madison Bumgarner earlier this season.
They cut him.
Cut him real quick.
Bad for the culture.
Bad for the culture.
And now what's he doing right now?
Nothing. Sitting on his butt.
He's rich. He's got rings, but I get it. He's not doing anything. So my whole thing is like, sure. I was like, yeah, the Dodgers, they're the Braves of the 90s. They are. The one World Series, 14 straight NL East Division championships. Dodgers have won how many in the last 11 years? I've lost count. The Giants have the lone NL West championship since what, 2012?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, the Dodgers have ran this division. So they're the Braves of the 90s. They've got the one little Mickey Mouse ring. And I never really considered them, even though they made big moves at the deadline and it didn't really work out for them in the postseason. Lance Lynn got lit up yesterday, giving up the 4 home runs. And to see the Dodgers rattle was satisfying to a sense. But at the same time, they're there, right? They're there. And the Diamondbacks, a team that the Giants were so much better than a couple years ago. They went 32-6 against the Diamondbacks and Rockies just 2 years ago.
Dominated them.
In September. Dominated the Diamondbacks. They've been lapped their farm system's now churning out players. They've got premium players. Kenta Marte, Perdomo, Corbin Carroll, Christian Walker, who you mentioned.
I didn't even mention
Carroll. Are studs.
Yeah.
Those guys are studs. The Giants got nobody. Nobody. At least the Dodgers, I know, they're going to come back next year with Mookie, with Will Smith, and Freddie Freeman. That's a hell of a building block.
It is.
So when I'm looking at Giants fans celebrating we should just, honestly, we should just be quiet right now and just enjoy baseball. We have nothing to be proud of. We shouldn't be celebrating other losses when we look at our own situation saying, damn, how are we going to compete with the Diamondbacks, Padres, and the Dodgers?
Well, and I'm also watching these playoffs, too, because all the cool storylines, you get the chippiness with the Braves and the Phillies, and I'm watching a guy like Bryce Harper yesterday, and obviously the Giants were in on a guy like that. That's what's missing. A guy that is beloved by his city, and he loves the city back. Like, that was so freaking cool to watch. That 2 home runs yesterday, the huge 3-run bomb ski to right field, the trash talking with Arcia, right? Like, all of that. And then after that game, what does he do? He just gives love to the city. And you can feel it. Like, there's excitement at Citizens Bank Park. I know Shasky was talking about last week. He's like, that's his favorite venue right now. Like, and we know I know we hate the Philly fans.
And I'm seeing people say, you celebrated the Eagles losing the Super Bowl. Well, the Niners were in an NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
They were in an NFC Championship game.
That was close. Yes.
They were a game away from the Super Bowl. And more so, we'll celebrate the demise of their fans. Like, that's what that is. And the Giants didn't sniff October.
They didn't play the Dodgers this year either.
Right.
So it was different when the Dodgers beat them a few years ago and then they lost to the Braves, right? So it's like, haha, like you guys couldn't do anything. But there's levels to this, to your point. I hate when my team is struggling so badly that the fan base just has to say, hey, at least we didn't choke like them. Well, at least they won the division, man. Like, that's all I want to be. I want to be consistently in the mix. And the Dodgers, at the very least, have been in the mix. Very least. Like, that's just all I want as a fan, just to be in the mix. And they're going to get a star. They're going to revamp. They're going to try to do something. I don't know what the vision is right now with the Giants, especially bringing Farhan back. Like, if you moved off of him, maybe I can get some excitement. Like, oh, something's going to change. Something's going to be different. What's really going to change with the Giants?
Right.
I don't know.
Well, and again, for a split second, I'm like, oh, the Dodgers got swept. I smiled. And then quickly I realized, I was like, oh, what am I smiling about? Farhan Zaidi's still running the show.
Man.
That's my reality. My reality is I don't have Mookie Betts. My reality is I don't have Freddie Freeman or Will Smith. I don't have Walker Buehler coming back. Now, I do have Logan Webb. I have Camilo Duvall. The Rogers brothers, okay, fine. Offensively, I don't know what I have. I know what they have.
Yeah.
And do I have, am I going to be in the mix and get big-time players? I have no idea. Like, I'm trying to be happy about the Dodgers losing, but again, I shift my focus down to third and king saying, well, my situation stinks. Because on the other side of things, as the Dodgers are regressing a bit, the Diamondbacks are ascending.
Yeah.
The Diamondbacks have young talent, and they're going to be a thorn in our ass for the foreseeable future. So we've been lapped by the Diamondbacks. In 5 years of Farhan Zaidi, we've been lapped by the Diamondbacks, Padres, and we haven't sniffed the Dodgers.
And the Diamondbacks were a team synonymous with just boneheaded mistake. What was it? Shelby Miller was that the trade? Dave Stewart, our guy. Unfortunately, it was one of the worst trades ever. Dansby Swanson, all that, getting rid of him. And then it took them a long time to get back to where they're at now. And now they look like, listen, they could beat the Phillies. This Diamondbacks team could win the World Series.
Right.
And then you're looking at 2 teams that have won a World Series since you last did it in your own division. Like, that's got to stink. And then not only that, Bonte, you look at what's going on in the AL. Bruce Bochy, in his first year with the Texas Rangers, has a chance to go out and beat the evil empire and the Houston Astros, who they owned at the end of the year.
They did.
Obviously, the Astros ended up winning the division, but who cares at this point? It's the ALCS. Throw all that out. Watching that, man, and I don't know if it's bittersweet for Giants fans, or I would feel like, why did we get rid of this guy? He could still win. And I understand there was it's time to move on, stuff like, was it? You're allowed to have some down eras, is what I'm saying. And the Giants have had this down stretch now for a long time. All I'm seeing is Bruce Bochy in year 1 with the Texas Rangers with talent go out and win. All he does is win in the playoffs.
Bochy, Dusty.
Yeah.
How about Evan Longoria being with the Diamondbacks?
Yeah.
Thought he was done, right? Thought he was washed
cooked.
up. Well, he's a veteran presence in that clubhouse. Huge for the Diamondbacks as they get ready to play either the Philadelphia Phillies or the Atlanta Braves.